Christine. I'm a costume and accessory designer for the Hounds of Hell Boutique, as well as the Escape Portal on Etsy. I am here to show you a tutorial for an alternative to the elastic for the face masks that everyone is going around making. Now, of course, I wanted to do some good since I've got some time on my hands, and I wanted to be able to create an alternative because elastic is really in kind of a short demand right now. So because I have some experience sewing accessories and doing other things, I have an idea to use sliders. Now, sliders are these little, it's a little 1-inch slider, by the way. So it's just this little plastic piece here that you see, and it's used as a strap, a pull strap on some of these face masks. It will last longer than the elastic, and of course you can watch it and not have to worry about it falling apart. So I am here to show you a tutorial on how to make this little bugger, and all apologies if you're offended by my Walking Dead print. I have a lot of it, and because I do haunted tours as well, City of Dark Angels tours, by the way, here in Lake Havasu. I have an excess of a lot of spooky things. So, you know, in times like this, we need a little dark humor, don't we? So anyway, so this is the tutorial, and there's also an insert too, so you can put in a extra filter to help break through some of those particles. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, I've got my print all laid out, and I pre-cut paper patterns. So this is for the adult face mask, which is 9 by 6, and then we have a child size, which is 7.5 by 5, and I like to put a weight down on that paper pattern so I don't have to worry about pinning and poking holes in my pattern, and it keeps it down very nicely. And voila, beauty of rotary cutters. So now what we're going to do is take the back lining, which I'm using white. For one, I really don't want to use a colored print on the part that's going to be touching the face anyway, so anything as natural as possible. So what we're going to do then is we are just going to pin on the outside. We're going to leave about 4 inches open on the inside so we can get that filter put in. So let's pin that guy up, and oh my god, voila! Quickly, just like that. So now we're just going to stitch from here and from here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to press this open. So this 14-inch strap, we are going to cut at about 1.25 inches. It's going to be nice and skinny. And then we're going to fold it over and stitch it down really close to the edge. And here we have our first strap. The second strap you're going to have is going to be about 17 inches long, and this is going to be 2.25 wide. And this is going to be the double straps. We're going to have the long strap, and then we're going to have the short strap where we are going to attach the slider. And the same thing for that. We're going to fold this over, and we are going to stitch that. So a great technique when you're trying to turn fabric inside out, once you've got it stitched, is I'll take a pin and I'll pin it to the inside edge and flip the head of the pin down and push it. And then from there, you just scooch it, slide its way through, pull, and this is the easiest way to pull items inside out. There you have it. Alright, now let's stitch these guys onto our mask. All right, so now we're going to take those straps, fold it over into a V, and we're going to bring it on the ends. Although we're going to keep them straight, we're not going to keep them angled, and pin them about a ½ inch from the edge. So you're just going to give it a little pull. You're going to take away that V, but I just wanted you to get the concept of how it folds over, because it will form back into a V. So in a way, it's almost like you're making a little coffee cup handle. You pull them straight, and you've got these nice little coffee mug handles, so to speak, right? And then fold it over, right at the seam there, push it down, stretch it, get it tight, and then you're going to pin over the handles, so to speak, open it up, and then you're going to take that inside pin out. And do the same on the other end. Just throw a couple of pins in between. And the other side. So trim the edges, get rid of that excess bulk. And we fold it out. I have a trusty drumstick. This drumstick I got from my very first concert, Duluth, Minnesota, 1984 maybe 83. Anyway, it was Ozzy and Rat, and this was Rat, his drumstick. He tossed it up to me, and I have kept on to this forever, and I've made use of it, in which I'm pulling things inside out. I use this to push up the corners and to get into those corners and get them all up. So this is probably one of the unique tools I have. I used to be able to do it really well. My hands are really dry out here in the Arizona desert. It's pretty brutal at times. But anyway, there we have it. So we'll pin the tucks. It can just be small. You could do 2, you can do 3. I guess depending on how much fabric, but always make sure they're going the right direction. You got them equal on the sides. I guess this next one. Flip it over, take a look. Yeah, this one's a little... So now what we'll do is just go ahead and do the top stitch with those tucks, creating some reinforcement. So now that we've got these straps sewn on, we're going to kind of push them down, pat them down a little bit on that fold, and then you're going to take the longer strap, this is about 11 inches, and just put it right on the end, pin that down. Just so you know, this black fabric that I have, the scraps, it's horrendous. It's really tough to to get some pins through, and I have to use a special needle to sew it anyway. It is tough. So then what I'm going to do is just zigzag over the top, flip it over on the back. If there's any excess open, just do a double stitch on that. So that's how we're going to do both of these sides. So when I'm stitching close to any toggle or slider, I will use the zipper foot because it allows you to get as close to the edge as possible on that. So then I'll just take that, pull that through, slider, and there you have it, nice and sturdy. So I've cut myself a piece of ribbon, growth grain ribbon, and a little piece of wire about 5 inches that I folded in half. And I'm going to set it onto the mask and stitch over it to see how well that will hold up for the nose bridge. Let's give that a shot. So I've just put the wire in, and let's see how that's going to fit. And slide my ears through. Give that toggle, give it a nice pull, and you can see wire on the nose, just keeping it nice and close and through here, closing that gap off. It's really tight in through here. Pulls the ears just a little bit, but not too much. It feels very comfortable. Yes, so here you have it. The non-elastic version of the face masks. I haven't officially given it a name yet. Maybe somewhere down the line I will think of something. But otherwise than that, I would love it if you would visit my page, www.kimberlychristine.com, or you can visit my Hounds of Hell boutique to see some of the other creative endeavors that I'm making. I do have an Etsy shop, and that's called The Escape Portal, and those are all my meditation aids and yoga pillows and massage holsters. But from now on, for the next week, I'll probably be working on making a lot of these, and I will take custom and special orders if anyone personally wants one for themselves. But hopefully this tutorial, if you're creative enough, you can make one. I apologize if it's very spotty. You know, this is a new endeavor for me. I'm usually not doing video and all this stuff, so I may seem a little timid, which is unusual for me because I usually don't mind being around people at all. But anyway, that being said, I won't take up too much of your time. Go and be in peace, and let's get through this together. Flatten the curve so we can get on with our lives and do things again. All right? Peace out. Bye-bye.